getting ready to head back up north and go hunting this weekend. So getting ready to get everything loaded up. There's 2 different groups of bucks up there that we've been hunting, and I have not been having very much luck. Last weekend especially, it was rough. We didn't hardly see any bucks. It was so hot, and honestly, we just probably weren't in the right places. But so there's one group of bucks we seen the weekend before season started, me and the kids, which had monsters in it, and I haven't been able to find any of those. And then the first weekend of bow season, when we were up there driving around, I seen one really good buck, and but we didn't get footage of him. He was at the back of a bean field, and I barely got my binos on him. Anyway, we're going in that same spot tonight, and we're going to slip into an area and see if we can get on him. But first, we're going to load up the car so we can hit the road. So I'm taking the old Ford Focus back out. She's a beauty. She just got, look at this, got a good big old dent in there right here. She's a good one. Then here's where I duct taped the window shut because this window broke out last year, and so I had to tape it all up and put plastic over it so I wouldn't freeze to death. And I got dents all in here, but I mean, look at it. It's a good old car right there. I think she needs a good washing. She just has a little bit of rust, but it's in pretty good shape. We're getting ready to get it loaded up, get my bow and everything packed up, and we'll get on the road. You gotta bring the trophy line saddle. Well, we just made it. Fixing to head into the woods, and matter of fact, parked the car right here, and some deer blew right behind me when I got out of the car, so they were bedded close. But I'm at a totally different access spot that I've never been to before. I seen a buck in this area about 2 weeks ago, and a pretty good one. And so I'm coming back in this area, and we're gonna set up and see if we can find some more sign in this spot, and see if we can find a place to jump up in a tree. I already have a place kind of in mind that I want to get to, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to slip in here, go down this road, and see if we can find a good spot. All right, guys, I'm fixing to get in here close to where I'm going to hang the stand now. I'm going to be right next to this thicket, and so I'm going to try to be as quiet as possible, and I'm going to take my time and get in the saddle up in the tree. Hopefully we can get in a good tree where we can see good and see over the whole thicket, and I'm going to pretty much be quiet the rest of the evening, and hopefully we don't spook nothing out of there when we get in there close. Alright guys, got up in the saddle. We're all set up and ready to go. We got this big thicket out here in front of us, and then we got to the left here, we got a strip of woods, and then there's a bean field. That is where we seen that big buck. And in that buck, he came out of this thicket, I'm pretty sure. That's where I think he came out of. And there's kind of a pinch point where I'm sitting because it's real thick behind me, and the only place that they'll really go through comfortably is right here in this strip of woods or in this thicket. But what I'm hoping is that he's bedded out here in this thicket and that he'll pop out sometime tonight. It's really just luck of the draw. I mean, I haven't seen him in forever, but I'm just hoping that he's bedded somewhere in here, and that's what the hope is, and that's what I'm counting on. There's a lot of different rubs in this area, and there's some I walked past, and there's some out in this thicket. I know they're using this spot. I found rubs in the strip of woods last week, and so I know that there's bucks in here. I'm just hoping that some are in this thicket. We'll just have to wait and see what happened. We'll wait the evening out and see if we see anything. Right at dark, they came out. I don't know if that was 2 or 3 different does, but you can barely see them in that grass. I was hoping if a buck comes through, it should be a lot more easy to see because it's so big. But at least I saw some. I didn't think. I was like, as slow as it was all evening, I hadn't seen a deer except those ones 1,000 yards from me, way, way out there. But at least now, some came close. They were right at the borderline of shooting. They were like 50 yards away or so. I'm hoping a buck will come a little closer than that. But anyway, it was fun. Hopefully we'll get him to him tomorrow.
don't know how could I hit him. I think I smoked him, but I'm not sure. That just happened out of the middle of nowhere. I was watching those does, and all of a sudden here he came, right where I wanted him to. I guarantee you that's the buck I guarantee you that's the buck I seen. A few 2 weeks ago. He's nice. I think I'm gonna go down where I shot him real quietly and look and see how much blood there is before it gets dark. Well, guys, I found just a little bit of blood. There's not very much. The way he acted, I'm hoping that I punched through his shoulder. Because the way he acted, I mean, he couldn't even hardly run. So, I think he's dead, but I'm gonna give him time. I'm gonna go back to the truck, go back to the car, and wait a while.
Alright guys, I just got back to the car and watched the footage. I cannot tell where I hit him. I mean, where the arrow goes in, it looks like it's about right where it needs to be. And the way he's acting, you know I either hit him in the front legs or hit his shoulders because he couldn't stand up. And the only thing that scares me is I didn't see a ton of blood, which it was getting dark. I couldn't see good anyway, and I found some blood for sure, but there was not like, it's not like it was just pouring out. So that scares me really bad. I don't know, about that, but anyway, the way he acted, with his tail twitching, I think he's down, but it's just scary. So I left my big light for my camera so that I could see. So I'm going to run to town real quick and grab a light for my camera so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to come back and probably head in there and go ahead and look. Because if I either hit his front shoulder and hit him good enough to where he's dead, or I hit his front legs and he's not going to die because there's no vitals unless it hit an artery or something, because he's not, he might die eventually because he don't have his front legs, but anyway, so I'm going to head to town and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, we just made it back out to the public land where I shot that buck. It's been about hour and a half, 2 hours probably by now since I shot it. I shot it around 6:45, 6:35, somewhere in there. Chris came out to help me, and so we're going to slip in here, and I hope he's laying right there where I last seen him, but we're going to slip in here and just see what happens. Hopefully we get him. All right, we found some blood here. This is where he went, down this edge. Oh, he's dead. He is dead. Look at all those bubbles. Yeah. Look at the bubbles. Yeah, he's dead. He is. Look at all the blood. All right, guys, we just found him. I can't believe he died right where we had him. He is so good. Look at that, right through the shoulders. Good shot. Can you see that? Yeah, I see that. Now look at this giant drop tines.
Oh man, that's a great buck. That is a great buck.
Let me get this. Okay. Can you see him?
Yeah. Let me get some. We need some better light.
Look at that.
Here, give me your light.
Okay. You can get closer if you need to.
No, I'm just gonna try to show you the outline, but that's it right there.
Let me get all this grass out of the way. Look at this.
Man, that's great.
Look at how big that is. Look at that. Right there. And then this side's like 4 inches.
How many points?
He's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13 points.
Yeah.
That's great.
I cannot believe.
Good shot too, right there. And You drilled him.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't find my arrow, but
Oh, well.
can you see that pretty good?
Yeah, we're gonna move back out just
Okay.
a little.
All right, guys. So this was just so lucky. So it's been 2 weeks ago now. Me and Ben, I'm pretty sure this is the buck. We seen a big buck in this field to our left, and I told Ben, I said, I guarantee you he was bedded in this field. And so the wind hadn't been that good to hunt this. We hunted it one time and we saw one little fawn and that's it. And then tonight, so I came in here tonight real quiet and I hung my set on this south side and the wind was blowing north. And I figured he would be out here bedding, but I never saw nothing. All of a sudden some does walked out and they kind of messed around, and then you saw them and they left. And then all of a sudden he came walking in from this side. So he wasn't bedded here, he was bedded somewhere else, and he came into this at night. I could not believe, when I saw this deer walk in, I could not believe it. And I got the camera on, and I was worried. I didn't know how good my shot was, but I hit him perfect. I mean, he died right where you saw him fall over there. He was done. So I'm super excited, especially for a public land buck. I came up here and got lucky and was able to harvest one of the nicest bucks I've ever killed, and for sure the only one I've ever killed with drop tine, especially double drop tine. So that's exciting. Well, I got him in the old Ford Focus. Look at that. Big old buck. That's my entry hole right there. It was perfect. A little forward, but that did the job, didn't it?
Yep.
Hey, you ready, Grant? Look how big that is. Look at those horns. You see the deer? What do you think?
He's like,
He wants to see it?
deer.
That's a deer, look. Grab it. You guys want to grab the horns? Here, let me get it out.
Uh-oh.
Look out.
Morning.
Yeah. Look at that deer.
Wow.
Yeah, deer.
Go see it.
Come on, touch it. Touch the horns.
Send him the blood, Grant. Stay over here. So happy.
Is that a big buck?
He's making sure it's not alive.
Oh, he's gonna stomp it. He's trying to stomp it.
He had a big bug, huh?
He's making sure it's dead.
He might kill big bugs like you.
Yeah.
He kills bugs, he's gonna start killing bugs.
You bet.
See, it's neat. He has the dried
Yeah.
velvet, the dried on there.
Yeah. It's a nice bug.
I just made it. What?